coffee. These beans are from Guatemala, Lake Atitlan. And yeah, so I basically want to walk you, the viewer, through this process of roasting coffee. One of the main reasons why I want to do this is because I feel that coffee has benefits. Besides just making you feel invincible and then chaotic and then drops you off a cliff into eternal anxiety until the next day when you want more. I feel that there's other benefits to coffee if you do it right. And I used to be a coffee drinker who didn't care about how fresh my coffee was roasted until I finally started roasting my own coffee. And now that I do that, I am feeling different when I drink the coffee. I'm actually getting high. Like, I'm not just getting the caffeine, I'm getting a spiritual sense of awakening inside of my chest and solar plexus, whereas often I would find coffee that was roasted maybe a week ago, a month ago, 3 months ago. It sort of gives a sensation here that's almost unpleasant, honestly. So today I want to guide you on how to roast your own coffee and also show you how extremely easy it really is. First step, get your coffee. Second step, pan. Third step, get your rainbow spatula. When you lose your rainbow spatula, folks, it's hard the first time, but it's good to take a moment and remember where you left off. You know, 'cause where's my rainbow spatula? Oh. Alright, so we've got the rainbow spatula. And we have our pan. I'm going to turn on the heat, start heating up the pan. So, first step, basically figure out your heat. I like to have a nice pan that's hot. I was going to say piping hot, but not just yet. Don't pipe in hot that pan just yet. And so just get it warm, kind of like you would if you were going to do anything on the pan. You should always warm your pan up and then add your oil or whatever else you're going to add. So once it's warm, you got to figure out how much coffee do you want to roast and how much coffee can you even roast. And side note, if you roast a lot of coffee, if you don't drink it within like 30 hours, it's not going to have those like medicinal benefits that freshly roasted coffee would have. So I recommend just making enough coffee for 2.5 days at the most, and then you're good. Then you do it again. It's not hard, you'll see. This only takes like 10 minutes or so. Alright, I generally put enough coffee to cover the pan. Because of the pan that I have, I'm making sure that each bean is basically touching the bottom of the pan. Otherwise, I'm not going to get that even of a roast, even though I'm stirring. It's good to just have the perfect amount that covers the bottom of the pan, I feel. That's just like something I've noticed in my journey. Alright, so pretty much immediately you're going to want to start moving your coffee around. You're going to want to start stirring it really gently and slowly. This is for an even roast. You want to have a nice even roast. At the beginning, you can, get fancy and do the fancy stuff, but you'll see later, it's best just to have a spatula. Right now I've got my heat on about medium temp. It's like This is what I'll probably keep the temperature at the entire time until the end when I'm trying to get that perfect, like, I like a lighter than dark roast. The dark roast is honestly like, that's advanced technology right there because it's super easy to burn coffee, in my opinion, because I've burned it a lot. So I prefer to give it a lighter roast. I think that preserves much more of the caffeine and probably a lot of the medicinal aspects too, I'm presuming. I'm not sure of that. And as beans jump out of your pan, just, you know, lovingly put them back in. I think of that kind of metaphor of God, you know, and sometimes we stray from the path, but we have this guardian angel who will always, you know, put us back in the pan under the fire or over the fire. And you know, if you find random things in your coffee, like fluff, take it out. And now the beans are beginning to yellow. They're getting, you'll see there's like a slight change in their look. And this is about when you really need to start focusing on just continuing that nice, even stir with your rainbow spatula. And as you're stirring, like this is a journey really, because I mean this bean right here is potent, and right now you're beginning to heat it up, and spirit is coming out of it. The smells and what you see and what you feel as well when you're stirring. This is all going into what is your medicine. A lot of people like to think of coffee as a morning ritual. People say that it's a morning ceremony, but I feel like this is the added side of that ceremony that actually completes the coffee ritual, the coffee ceremony, is to roast your beans and have that immersive experience with them. And you're going to take this spirit into your body in the liquid form, but even while you're cooking it, the spirits of the smell is going in as well. So it's a whole process, and it's a whole, it's a way of getting to know the spirit. And I remember Upasani Maharaj said, to know something is to become it. So I feel that that's what this process helps me do with the coffee, is to like really become the coffee and take it in as much as I can with all of my senses and focus my awareness on what I'm doing here, not to burn it. That's also quite important. So we can do a little check-in here, see that color, and it's starting to smoke. So a lot of the textures are coming, or a lot of the water content is coming out of the already pretty dried bean, but this is the excess. And at this point you really just want to be stirring, because as soon as you relax on the stirring, you get an uneven roast. Uneven's okay. I feel like if some of them are dark and some of them are light, you're getting like so much of the spectrum of what coffee can do. But you know, what you want to be careful with is just, you don't want too much of a spectrum. You don't want some that are still green and some that are like a verge of dark roast. So that was the first crack. I don't know if you heard it, but that's an important moment. The first crack is your light roast blip. So we are now in the realm of creating a light roast coffee. They're not ready yet. We need all of them to crack. That first crack, you can start to hear the cracks. Basically, once you hear all the cracks, when you feel like, okay, I think they've all cracked, and you'll see some expansion as well. Wow, that sounds like a breathwork floor. It's pretty much time to call that a light roast. At least that's what I feel. And you can hear the cracks. There's a little bit of smoke. Stirring as evenly as I can. Not too fast. We don't want all the beans flying out. It's a pivotal moment, because if a bean flies over there, I'm not going to get it right now because I gotta stir it. That's most important right here. Flame's pretty hot. Alright, so now I'm gonna start mediating the temperature. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit while you get those cracks. You want to get a full spectrum crack. There we go. Oh man, and I'm just starting to smell this smoky coffee flavor. It's filling up the entire room right now. Do not stop stirring, even if you're talking to your friends. It's like tapping your head and rubbing your belly, you know? This is a very meticulous and direct task of stirring. My arm is becoming tired, and I'm really not good at stirring with my left hand, so it's becoming a bit of a workout here. Oh wow. So now what's happening is the coffee is shedding its skin. There's an outer skin on the coffee bean that's going to come off. So that means that afterwards we're going to have to get that off. But right now I do not worry about it. I don't try to get it off now. Stirring is the most important part of this process right now. Allowing it to smoke. Don't be afraid of the smoke, but these are starting to get pretty well done, so we're going to take a look at that. You see? Wow. And you hear the cracks. This is going to be some really potent coffee, especially from Lake Atitlan. Thank you, Guatemala. Thank you, spirits of the land. Yeah, it's a good time to pray, and any kind of intention that you want to set for your coffee ceremony. If you're doing this with a group of people, you know, it's a good time for everyone to start really feeling into what they're here to do with the coffee. This is a very energetic medicine. This is not it's not like ayahuasca, or you know, this is a stimulant. This is a a potent way to get things done internally or externally, and much more. It's really, I feel, a medicine to be discovered. Alright, so we got that nice smoke coming off, and I'm going to turn the flame off. I think these are done, actually. This is a light and dark roast, so we've got the full spectrum in here. We got that second crack. You can actually hear most of them are now doing their second crack right now. So right about now, I don't know if you're doing this with me, but if you were, I probably should have told you need a giant, whatever this is, you need one of these, or like big enough to fit your coffee beans. And the reason for this is because you want to cool your beans off pretty fast. So here we go. These are our beans, are nice and smoky. And so what we're gonna do here is cool them off. And also, in this moment, when you're outside, you're not inside, you're gonna want to blow all of those shells that came off. This stuff. This is also fun to do with friends. If someone shakes it like this and you blow on it, and keep going until there's nothing coming off anymore. There we go. Get our grinder. the bean. Better put that back in there. I'm not afraid of no conspiracy theory that there's such a thing as a germ. Alright, so we're going to grind that up. You want to put the amount that you feel is right for you. I mean, this is no different than a cacao ceremony or hape or any medicine that you've worked with. I mean, this is your dose. You get to decide how much you want to work with today in this ceremony. All right. All right. Come on, mate. What's going on here? All right. Well, you can't really see it, but there's coffee in there. Can't really see it. Can you see it? Can you see this? Can you see the coffee? Oh, if I put it super close. Yeah, that's the coffee. Morning brew. Good morning, bro. All right. Back to the set and setting. Where are we? There we are. All right. So, I want to get yourself warmed up. This is Alright. Get your coffee filters. Pour over ceramic thing. Cup. Empty. And you're gonna have wanted to boil some water. I don't know what normal people do, but I like my water pretty hot for the pour overs. 195 degrees Fahrenheit to be precise. Get my coffee filter ready. Pretty good dose. I like oat milk. That's my favorite. This is a really good one, by the way. I was working with another one before, but this is like, whoa, oh my goodness. And the last surprise going to be something like this. And the reason I use this is for this spout right here. I need that aerodynamic spout to direct the hot water into the frothing coffee. Wash it out, warm it up. And we're ready. I feel this is a really important part also because water is sacred and everything that we feel, the water takes it in vibrationally. The crystalline structure of water is so attuned to our emotions and feelings. So just being aware of our space and how we pour is going to affect the taste and the way that the coffee comes into our bodies and into our hearts and into our minds. Try to do a nice even pour, allowing for that coffee to get all frothy and beautiful. All the smells. Wow! Yeah, I'm gonna start frothing my oat milk. This is not necessary, but it makes things really fun if you have a frother. You can also just use a whisk and go like that. You can whittle. I don't know what that is. Give it a good shake. Pour the amount desired. Boom. Let's get up. It's so frothy. Oh my goodness. So we pour that oat milk on, and we've got a nice frothing cup of coffee. Frothing cup of coffee. I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. Hello?
Terry there.
Oh, no, Terry. This is Adam.
Well, maybe you can help me. This is Tim calling for the Police Officers Support Association.
Oh,
We want to
okay.
make sure our first responders have the tools and resources needed to effectively protect us. As a fact,
You sound like a recorded message.
Disability Fund.
Oh, you're not listening to me?
I'm sorry, what would...
Anyway, phones are weird. Coffee's ready. It's good to, go and find your spot. Like, where do you like to drink your coffee? Here we go. Get some of that froth. Some morning sunlight, morning warmth. Listen to the dog bark. Right now everything is steaming. It froze last night here. So there's a nice mist coming off of all the leaves and everything.